Welcome back, everyone. If you're looking for more discovery calls and clients, then you're in the right place. Now, we've all heard about the value of having a mentor or coach to help you in any area of your life or to help you reach or accomplish some goal. That being said, hiring a coach can be one of the most beneficial and stressful points on your journey. So let's go ahead and jump right in to the 12 mistakes to avoid when hiring a coach. The first mistake to avoid is flat out rushing into it. Now, when you're first considering or decide that you're ready for coaching, it's very easy to get overexcited and to binge one or two people's content that you find, and then to just decide that's the person you want to go with. Now, keep in mind that whatever your goal is that you're looking for coaching for, that there are probably at least 1,000 coaches that can help you reach that goal. But every one of those 1,000 coaches has a different offer, a different program, a different amount of access to them, a different style, a different level of hardlineness and no BSness. So even if you actually do end up going with that first person that you kind of fell in love with, you should at least be aware of the different types of personalities, different content, different webinars and other different posts and different offers and different levels of access and just all the different options that are available to you. The next mistake to avoid when hiring a coach is not having a clear goal in the first place. Coaching tends to be the most useful when you know where you are, point A, you have a point B in your head of where you want to be, and the coach comes in to help you get to point B. Now, sometimes coaches can actually help you to find that point B, but in any case, it's probably best if you walk into the relationship knowing exactly where you want to end up. So I want to lose 20 pounds in 3 months, or I want to double my sales of my business in the next 6 months, or I want to get my first client, or I want to book consistent discovery calls, or whatever it might be. Now, to be fair, there are some softer sides of coaching, such as life coaching, which is just kind of open-ended and doesn't really have a defined endpoint. But keep in mind the difference between a coach, a mentor, a therapist, a psychologist, or even just a friend. The next mistake to avoid when hiring a coach is hiring a friend. Now, I know this probably sounds a lot meaner than I wanted to, and I'm all for supporting your friends, of course, especially with small businesses, but one of the main reasons why hiring your friends as a coach generally doesn't work out is because they usually take it too easy on you. And on the other hand, if they're coaching you as hard as they should be, then that might strain your relationship, which is just a whole nother story. The next mistake to avoid when hiring a coach is thinking you're looking for a coach when what you're really looking for is a consultant or a mentor or a friend or even a therapist. Now, if you really are looking for one of those things, that's totally fine. Just keep in mind that those things aren't exactly the same, although I know a lot of people tend to lump them together. Things generally like a mentor or a coach or a consultant generally all get wrapped into the same bag when they are pretty different. The next mistake to avoid when hiring a coach is having no or misplaced hiring criteria. Now, this is similar to some of the things that I've already said, but the point is that you shouldn't hire somebody based on the wrong criteria. So for example, if they are just nice and polite and you like that, or you're from the same hometown, or you have the same favorite football team, or you both studied abroad in the same school, or whatever type of connection you might have, make sure that the person you are choosing, that could be a coincidence, that could be a side benefit, but you don't want to pick somebody solely because of something that pretty much doesn't matter and that won't help you reach your goal. The next mistake to avoid when hiring a coach is doing limited research or flat out not doing enough. Now, before you invest with anyone and kind of put your future in their hands, of course, you want to make sure that you've done your research beforehand. So for starters, you should research a pool of potential coaches. On top of that, you should see what kind of offers are on the market. And if you pick out some finalists, do research on their content, on their websites, on their offers, on their mission statement, on their background, and so forth. Because trust me, just seeing what they wrote on the caption on one Instagram post or one Facebook post or something they said in one YouTube video is so against your sense of morals or ethics or just goals that you might decide, oh, maybe I don't want to go with this person after all. So anyway, the point is just do plenty of research, just finding variety of coaches in the first place, and then focusing on each one as well. The next mistake to avoid when hiring a coach is not being ready for one and not being willing to commit. Now, if you're going through all the trouble and investment of even considering or hiring a coach, then I assume that goal you're trying to get to matters. So given that, make sure that you have all the resources necessary. Now, not only is this financial, but this means time. And just maybe most importantly, just commitment. That if your coach says, we're going to communicate for 3 hours this week, make that time. The next mistake to avoid when hiring a coach is not test driving or getting in touch. Now, this just means that you should interact or transact with them before you hand over any big money. Most coaches do this by requiring a clarity call or discovery call or strategy call or whatever they want to call it, which is some live interaction with you and the coach where you can get a better feel for each other, just suss out the relationship and just see how it goes. I'd say you can also transact with them. Like if they have a $20 workbook or some type of lower ticket offer that you can sample to see if you like what they're doing on top of the free content that you're probably already watching, then that is definitely another step. Because if you buy their $20 thing and it's good, and then you buy their $100 thing and it's good, then you probably have a lot more faith and just willingness. Then you know that you can probably trust whatever their higher ticket offers are. The next mistake to avoid when hiring a coach is not comparing or understanding the offers. For example, I know that a lot of people choose their coach, or at least their first preference, based on some content that they binged on, let's just say YouTube. And they say, wow, I love all the videos they're posting. I love all the topics. They're so smart. I want to work with them. But if that coach only offers one package, maybe they only do group coaching or they only do one-on-one. There's a million other variations to their offer that you should consider. A few other factors from their offer that you might want to consider is how much access you'll have to them, how often, how are the calls going to be structured, how frequent will they be, will anybody else be on the calls, will you be speaking with anybody else, what medium will it be on, like will it be through voice message or through Facebook group or on live Zoom calls. So I just listed like 5 things there, but there are many other variations in offers that you should consider. The next mistake to avoid when hiring a coach is expecting them to solve everything and to do everything for you. So whether you're investing $500 or $500,000 with a coach, the point is that you will have to do the work, or at least most or all of it. Now, yes, your coach should guide you and give you direction and support and whatever other type of support system that you're looking for that you get from your offer, but the point is that you are going to be the one who ultimately solves your problems and does the work. The next mistake to avoid when hiring a coach is to not hire one at all. Now, I know that decision fatigue and option overload are definitely things, and with all the videos and content creators and coaches that you've seen everywhere, it's easy to maybe just get overwhelmed and to think, I'll just do it myself. I always like to say that you can be as good as anyone, but you can't be as good as everyone. Now, this pretty much means that no matter how great you are, you will be much greater and your results will skyrocket if you have a support system, which you could call a coach or a mentor or anything like that. The next mistake to avoid when hiring a coach is not doing what they tell you to do. Now, I know that this is more so for after you hire them, but the point is that you might be surprised at how many people pay big money to coaches and consultants and people like that, and then they don't listen to their advice, or even worse, they argue against them. And actually, every expertise-based product suffers from this. Most people who read books don't do what they learned in the book. Most people who go to seminars don't go out and implement what they learned at the seminar. And kind of same thing, well, I know it shouldn't be this, but it does happen that a lot of people who hire coaches and consultants just flat out don't listen to what they're paying them to give them advice on. And the biggest possible mistake you can make when hiring a coach is not hitting the like button and subscribing below. If you learned something interesting today, it does help a lot. For more help booking discovery calls, creating your program, and getting clients, then book a free strategy call with me below to find the biggest opportunities in your business. Well, that wraps us up for today. today. Thanks everyone for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one.